Mamma mia! Mamma mia!
Nope.
Mamma mia!
Hey guys, Cords 2026, Gamer Ahmer and I here from the Game Masters. We want to give a huge shout out to
Stone Age Gamer.
Stone Age Gamer. Thank you so much for sponsoring us and the event, even though Randy didn't beat anybody. And we had to give away a lot of prizes thanks to Stone Age Gamer. Oh, here
At
we
least
go.
that's what I'm just going to
Here
tell
we
everyone.
go.
You know, I can't
3
be
times in
that
a row.
bad. Third time's a charm. It didn't even help me, but people were happy that they won because they got amazing prizes.
StoneAgeGamer.com for all kinds of great consoles. They do a lot of the shells, right? You got a couple of the shells.
Yeah, just amazing things that they have. Tons of video games, tons of extras, and stuff that you need for your game collection.
So make sure you check them out today.
All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Wednesday. It is episode 55 episodes.
Yeah, over here.
Hey. Years old here for the show. Boy, you're looking kind of...
No. Things have changed up. Don't look at all the clutter. Don't mind all the mess over here.
Well, it's looking good. You got everything situated. You got everything centered now, so it's a step in the right direction. Right?
Yeah, let's hope it stays this way because over 2 bathrooms in this house.
Oh boy.
2 bathrooms. There's not anything in this bathroom.
That can't be good. How do you get away with that and not get? How do you not get yelled at for that?
Well, it kind of just happened today.
Oh boy.
Oh. For a dull moment over here.
So we've got an interesting topic today. It was kind of brought up spontaneously last week during the show, and I told Brandy, I was like, "Stop! Wait, we're not going to talk about that." What do you guys do? Do you open them? Do you keep them sealed? Do you grade them? We're going to talk about that. I think Brandy, we're going to have a lot of people with mixed feelings on this. Shout out to everybody. Who do you got over in your chat room?
We got a lot of people already going back and forth. We have Chase over here.
Don't count him.
Yeah. I know. Is he still in the chat? Is he still in the chat?
He dive bombs and comes back.
We have Master Games Guru. We have Tangela Tube, Zen Bloke, David B69. It's all Doug and Games. Growlbound Gaming, X-Men Rogue, Ted Adam Green.
Wait a second. Did you say Growlbound Gaming?
Grail.
Okay, because it sounded like you said growl.
Well, I think it's my accent coming out.
Oh, it's the accent. All right, you all heard that.
Midlife. It's very unique. It's one of a kind.
And then we have somebody. Because everything looks good from this end, from what I can see.
Yeah,
I'm not getting any.
Let us know. Is it us? Is it you guys?
I'm not getting it. This end, because usually it'll tell you if it's like.
Yeah, but a few people said it. Yeah.
No.
It can't be everyone.
Then it's got to be a YouTube thing. Try. What I was gonna say is pull up in Facebook too. Still freezing.
Oh, true.
So I'm not seeing it freeze on my. Oh, maybe it is freezing. But see, it's YouTube though, because YouTube's showing X.
Other time, so
it stops and goes.
Yeah, they said it was
on and off. People are like, it's freezing.
Uh-oh.
What?
I just watched it freeze on my phone.
All right. So, if you guys are okay with this, I could try one thing. Okay? But we're going to have to what I can do it and see if that'll work for you, because you guys aren't going to be able to watch the show like this. So hang tight, hang in the chat room, and let's see if we can get this worked out. Randy, if you want to try to let them know, I'm going to just write it in the chat room about it. I'm going to try to read.
Yep, people are saying do the restart. We have no idea what you guys are saying. It's getting worse.
Mamma mia! Mamma mia!
Nope. Nope.
guys, Cords 2026, Gamer Ahmer and I here from the Game Masters. We want to give a huge shout out to
Stone Age Gamer.
Stone Age Gamer. Thank you so much for sponsoring us and the event. Even though Randy didn't beat anybody, and we had to give away a lot of prizes thanks to Stone Age Gamer.
Sometimes you just have to let people win so that they can get the prizes.
Oh, here we go.
At least that's what I'm just going to tell everyone. You know, I can't be that bad. Third time's a charm. It didn't even help me, but people were happy that they won because they got amazing prizes.
StoneAgeGamer.com for all kinds of great consoles. They do a lot of the shells, right? You got a couple of the shells.
Yeah, just amazing things that they have. Tons of video games, tons of extras, and stuff that you need for your game collection.
So make sure you check them out today.
All right, guys, welcome back to Groundhog's Day. Yes, this is the Game Masters here Wednesday night. I feel like we just did this like 10 minutes ago.
Is this like deja vu or something?
That's what I said, Groundhog's Day.
Yeah, when you have that moment or the day just keeps repeating itself, is that what's going to happen?
For those of you just joining us, or you're like, what the heck? They started 15 minutes late. This is 20 minutes late. This is not normal. Well, you're right. It's not normal. For some reason, my encoder machine decided it needed a Windows update, and everybody in the chat room was saying everything was stuttering. It was freezing, and it was stuttering, and all that. So, yeah, Mr. Richway's in the house. He did you know he's rebranding Mr. Richway?
Yeah.
Mr. I own 3 or 4 cars and Rolexes and watches and breaking the internet. No, I did. I broke the internet.
I know. Look, it was funny because he popped up the other day in one of his new car groups or something like that, and it recommended it to me, and I'm like, I'm not buying a new car. Get out of here.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know. Yeah, do it the rich way with Mr. Richway. All right, so we're getting a thumbs up. No sound issues. Awesome. So, what you guys missed earlier, I said to Brandy, I said, "Wow, your camera looks a lot better. You know, look at she's got the sun's going down and the camera's looking good. What happened?"
We got some new windows. So now I forgot because I don't have blinds. Forgot to get blinds for the windows. So
yeah, we were focused on that before the show rather than focused on the internet the issues that we were having with rebooting. Normally, rookie mistake. Normally I do that before every show, but she got on like 15 minutes early because we had to get her camera set up because of you had to move it so they could put a new window in your house. So we got everything done.
It was over here on this side, and I kept looking at it off to the side, but then I would have to turn and type. So when I, had all this stuff like in essentially shambles, it's still a little bit of a mess. But I was like, oh, now's the perfect time to actually move my camera and have it like right in front, and the keyboard's right here. Like, why didn't I do this at the beginning? What was wrong with me? I don't get it.
Yeah, I've been saying that for a while now, but yes, we've got an interesting topic to talk about tonight, and I know it's going to ruffle a lot of feathers because we have collectors that collect, new. We've got collectors that believe in not opening sealed games, and then we've got collectors, Brandy, that like to say, well, no, games are meant to be played, so we're going to open them. I don't care if it degrades the value by thousands and thousands of dollars. And then you have the other side of the coin where the collector says, well, yeah, I collect to play the games, but I also collect for the value. This is kind of my retirement fund. So it's going to be interesting to see a lot of the feedback. And we've gotten a lot of video. Thank you guys so much. We had a lot of video submissions this week. Yeah. That came in. So I'm anxious. I think there's a lot of people. I think this is going to be a knockdown. What do they call it? What did good old JR call this? A good old slobber knocker.
Uh-huh.
You don't remember? You remember he used to say that in wrestling, JR, when Stone Cold did, this is an old-fashioned slobber knocker.
I can't remember.
Oh, man. Jeez. Where's my wrestling fans out? You all can help me out on this, right? We did have a little bit of news this week. We're gonna actually talk about that real quick right after this. All right. So, Brandy, we've got some news. We never discuss news, but we've got some news to talk about.
Okay.
You know what that is, right?
Who's this we? We have
You're
news.
supposed to go with this. Go.
Yeah, but what are you talking? You're supposed to let your co-host know.
Well, you
when
know
we have
about it.
news.
Well, since we're going all digital now, I mean, you should know about this. I mean, oh wait, you don't know about it because you didn't get to see the memo because Sony was down and so was Xbox.
I know, right? It's crazy. What are they thinking? They're not even ready for this. Okay, guys, this is what we're dealing with. They're not even ready. People are asking me if I'm ready for this future. They're not even ready for what's going on.
This is the future, guys. And honestly, I don't know what didn't you tell me that Sony was selling off some of their plants that they can't do physical anymore even if they wanted to?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like the main one. They're pretty much converting it over, and I don't know. People think they're gonna come back and say we made an oopsie, but what's gonna happen? Because
yeah, I mean,
you can't go back on that.
I just think that if you're gonna say that we're gonna go all digital, but yet you're not ready for it, if you're gonna say that everybody needs to go digital, and you can't keep your services up, you're not going to sell new products.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a off-putting thing. If you can't keep the servers up, if you get hacked, if the servers go down, if there's some sort of breach, if you get locked out of your account. I mean, there are so many reasons right there, things that are out of our control, but what do they expect? They expect you to keep on paying for the services whether they work or don't.
Yeah, and does anybody know? I mean, a lot of times these guys, they'll offer like so much money off, or they'll give you like a free month or a free, whatever. I haven't seen anything where they're offering anybody anything, and I think if I'm not mistaken, what did you say? Xbox was down for 20 hours, and PlayStation was down for quite a bit of time because I know Steve did a video on it, and a bunch of people did a video on it. And listen, everybody's thinking the same thing here, right? This is not stuff that's supposed to be happening right after you announce that you're not going to do physical anymore. Am I the only one thinking this way?
I mean, I think a lot of people are thinking about this, but once again, there's a lot of people who just don't care. I don't know. I guess they like to start arguments and they think that their way is the best way. And I don't think everyone fully has a grasp on what all of this means for the future.
No, and I'm kind of nervous myself because I know there's a lot. Like my son, you know what he did? He went on Steam, and that's what he was playing while it was down. He's like, okay, well it's down. I'm gonna go on Steam. And he actually is in the process. He started taking his Meta Quest 3 and he's doing the PC VR. We ordered a cable for him to do that, and like he's already thinking. He's not even thinking PlayStation 6 at this point. He's thinking PC. And he's a console gamer. He's always been a console gamer. He's not thinking console. How many of you guys in the chat room are already thinking that as well? Are you even thinking that, Brandy? Because I know you're not really. Because the issue that I have with PC games is compatibility, right? You can get a game for Xbox, Switch, PlayStation, put the game in and start playing it. You don't have to worry about sound incompatibilities with your computer, or not enough processor speed, not enough video RAM or memory or anything like that. So you can just put the game in and play it. But now, does that scare you?
Yeah, because I don't really know how to use my computer. Like I just don't. It's a lot. It's like so inconvenient. I have it set up. The internet doesn't even work half the time because I don't have it plugged in. It's not hardwired. That's why I like the consoles. Like I can put them anywhere. It's easy peasy. It's just so simple to use. And the computer stuff, like I don't quite get it. So that's why I've not really dove into it. I'm more of a PlayStation person, but this is just a very disappointing thing. So now I'm just kind of shifting a lot of it to the Switch. I've been playing the Switch 2.
And I could see where that they're gonna kind of take over. Listen, I've made this kind of declaration before, and I'm like, I am not planning on getting a PlayStation 6. I am a big fan of PlayStation. I play that more of the new gen consoles, Brandy, than any other console. Switch is second, but I'm at the point now where I'm slowing down and not buying as many PS5 games. I'm buying only the ones that I want to play. Same with PS4. And I'm focusing my collecting attempts and collecting measures on retro cartridges, physical cartridges, or Wii U games, or Wii games, or Xbox 360 games, or anything from that era and earlier, because at least I know they'll work one day when they decide to shut the servers off. And I feel like, for me anyways, there's such a backlog of a catalog of games that I never got to play as a kid, and I'm sure you didn't get to play as a kid, that we could have a lifetime of just collecting that stuff and be happy and not play the most modern games.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to see a lot when it comes to, who's supporting what, where people are going to go. Are people going to boycott just because? Are people, going to support these new consoles when they come out? What are the prices of these new consoles? How powerful are they? If they're digital anyway and you get a better experience on the PC, are people going to shift and kind of make their choices then? It's not even like things are exclusive anymore. I mean, Halo is on the PlayStation, so I don't even understand what's going on anymore.
Yeah, I'm and I'll be honest, like Neo Ness, I'll bring up him for the Neo Geo. Like, he's been doing lives I've been tuning into because I'm trying to learn more about Neo Geo, and I've been tuning into his stuff. I don't always comment, but I'll tune in and listen, or I don't get to watch it sometimes live, and I'll tune in after the fact. So if you guys aren't subscribed to Neo Ness, you guys need to subscribe, especially with the AES Plus coming out. The man has tons and tons of information. And I'm almost thinking, like, Brandy, that is kind of like the better system to collect for right now, even at the $90 price point, because at least you know what you're getting. And for the majority of us collectors and video game enthusiasts, we never had a Neo Geo growing up. Maybe you did. I know you have one now, but I mean,
no, I didn't.
The majority of us didn't have them growing up, and we never got to play and experience those games. So I'm looking at this as almost like a brand new console launch, right? I'm looking at it like the way a PlayStation would launch, or an Xbox or Switch, because that's kind of how it feels to me, because I haven't played an AES system. Like, I've played emulation of it, but I never owned one. So I think, honestly, you're going to see a lot of collectors, and I could be wrong, and you guys tell me in the chat room, going more towards cartridge-based and those earlier disc-based systems as opposed to modern. I think that's going to be how they combat this. They're going to be like, all right, I'm not going to buy the modern stuff. I'm going to go back in my little retro hole, and I'm going to, not that that's bad, and I'm going to collect for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just disheartening when you, look at it, because there are new games and stuff that come out that I do want to play, and I want to spend that, time and experience on. And obviously, retro is always there. I enjoy playing the retro games, and I've been on, Super Nintendo kick, especially recently. I've been finding more and more games, experiencing them, and kind of making my own choice on what I like versus don't like. And I think it's a shame when you have to kind of put yourself in a box. Does everyone want to be just retro only or modern only? A lot of people like to be able to just do whatever they want whenever they want. Have that different experience. I don't always want to play the same games. I like to switch things up.
Somebody said it in your chat. You will own nothing and you will like it.
Yep. And that's sad that did come true, because I do get that, a lot of times on a collection tour or something like that, people will say that. But it is sad when you think about it that now they're kind of forcing that to be true. So.
Yeah. And so one of the things that's being said here in the chat room, DG, she is, if you haven't seen it, she has announced that for the month until September, for the month of August, she is not doing anything PlayStation related. That's
Yeah.
her boycott. And you know, a lot of people are going to sit there and say, well, that's not going to do anything. No, when it starts hurting Sony's wallet, oh, you better believe it's going to do something. When it affects their bottom line, they are going to do something about it in some capacity or another. PlayStation Ain't Dead podcast says PS5 all the way. Mr. Variant, you know, he says leaves the multi-billion-dollar company alone. Oh, leave the multi-billion-dollar company alone. Couldn't help but yeah. PS ain't dead. Okay. Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm more and more, Brandy. I'm leaning toward. I know they always said when you get into video game space as a creator, don't pigeonhole yourself into retro. Don't call yourself like a retro channel or something like that. It works for some, but not everybody. But I'm afraid we're going to almost have to pigeonhole ourselves into retro because that's the only way you're going to be able to talk about physical games.
Yeah, because it's like the other alternative is, all right, guys, this is completely against everything else. Let's look at these digital games that are coming out. Like, it's just a whole different.
Yeah, come look
it
at.
It just doesn't hit the same.
So I got a question. I don't know if any of you guys saw this, but did you see the mock-up of the new controllers for the Sony PlayStation? The new controllers, they said, look, not only is Sony doing away with physical games, they're doing away with physical buttons, and it's like the Sony PS5 controller without any buttons. It's all like digital, like your phone, and then you play it. I hope that's for the sake of gamers that's not true, but I found that amusing because, Brandy, they're saying like, oh, we're going to get rid of physical, so they're getting rid of the physical buttons, the physical cables to plug it in. Like, there was a meme that went down the line. I don't know if anybody saw that, but that's got to be infuriating to a lot, especially the younger generation. I mean, you and I, we've got enough games in our game room to last us a lifetime. I think the majority of people that watch our show have the same. What I'm worried about is the upcoming generation, the young teenagers now. It's a PC or go home. And you know what? My son, his birthday is Sunday. He'll be turning 14. One of the things he asked for his birthday, Brandy, was Grand Theft Auto, whatever the $100 version is. I guess it gives you all the access and everything like that. I said, man, $100 for a digital license of something. I'm like, you're okay with that? He's like, I just want to play the game. He's like, it is what it is. He's like, that's how that generation thinks. They just want to play the game. And I think you made mention of that in a video, didn't you?
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's a lot of people. Like, I have coworkers and stuff where they're like, oh, I know you're going to be upset about this news, but at the same time, I buy all my stuff digital and I play when I want and this and that. And, yeah, it's sad. But think about it. As less and less interest for the new generations come around because they're all stuck in this digital way and they don't feel like going out there and spending time, effort, money on retro stuff or physical because they don't want to wait around. They want to just buy right away. That's going to kill a lot of game stores and that's going to shut down a lot of the secondhand market and that's going to jack up the prices and people aren't going to be interested in this, and that's sad. It's sad when you take a whole culture that was nerds, outcasts, this and that, you bring them all this like pride and hope and we're cool now and this and that, and then eventually it all dies off. Like, that's pretty sad, the way that everything kind of went full circle.
Which brings us to, Brandy, the topic for this evening. Sealed video games. And no, there's a reason for that. Because we are talking about sealed video games and what people want. Now, I have quite a few of them. I have them sitting here. One of the sealed games that I have, and I'll explain it. One of the sealed games I have right now is the Switch, the Super Mario Brothers 3D All-Stars. This game was like, first it came out, like you could get this for $50. It was limited. They said after a while, like you couldn't find it. So I bought 2 copies. I have one that's open and one that's sealed. Now, some of you guys are out there you're gonna get mad, but I did contemplate on grading this. And I know there's a big, that's a whole show, I think, Brandy, in itself. But this one's sealed. Okay. I'm with a lot of the crowd of games are meant to be played. But if I stumble into a sealed game and it's a duplicate of one that I have, I keep it sealed. I don't know how you feel about that or if you do it. Here's another one like Shredder's Revenge. I have this digital for the Switch, Brandy, but I'm keeping this sealed because I have the digital copy. And that's what I don't understand with like Sony and such, because people like us, we get these games and we have like this is another one that's sealed. I have the digital copy. This was a not for resale one that came with the collector's edition. If we had the digital copy, we're buying a physical copy and we're going to leave it sealed. That's just what we do. And then I have an indie game for the PS5, Brandy, I only brought a few of them out, but like the Pedestrian, I have this digitally. I bought it on Steam, and then I ended up winning a giveaway where when I was at GDEX last year and I won this game. There's only a few prints of these out. So I kept it sealed. I have different reasonings for these being sealed.
Mm-hmm.
Sony abandoned the PSVR 2, and I pre-ordered this game, the Star Wars VR 2 game. You can see it at the top. But I wanted to play it so bad because they said that these were back ordered, so I bought the digital copy, which is how I was playing it. So I kept this sealed because a lot of the PSVR 2 games are going out of print because Sony kind of abandoned it. So I feel like leaving this sealed is going to increase the value. Yeah, I mean, I collect for the games, but let's face it, we all keep a tab on what these things are valued at. Do you agree with that type of collecting before I go into some of this other stuff? But do you agree with that, or do you think that is that not how you collect, or do you just open everything?
I just think it's different when it's like new stuff because we're not going to have the same customer base in the future on some of the new stuff that's sealed. So I feel like the reason why older games sealed are worth money is because not everyone kept those around. Because no one knew to keep the stuff sealed. Like everyone was just playing it, having a good time. And if things were kept sealed, it was, they never got around to it or it was tucked away or something like that. So I feel like, people who are collecting newer stuff, it's not going to be quite as valuable as the old stuff is sealed. And then kind of how I've shifted my philosophy is if I have games that are sealed, I'd rather have them open to potentially play in the future. So I've actually gotten rid of some of my sealed stuff to have some of my opened, games in collection, going for like Super Nintendo games and stuff like that. And same with like displays and standees and such. Like I don't even want sealed stuff because I'd rather have the stuff open and enjoy it. So we were kind of like hinting about that last time with the Mike Tyson's Punch-Out standee. I don't want it sealed. But I don't want to open it because I know the value's there, so I don't want to touch it.
But what if you had two of them?
If I had two of them, I'd keep the opened one open and I'd get rid of the sealed one.
But like people out there, sorry, I'm reading through comments here. I'm trying to keep up with them. They're like flying by, guys. I'm doing the best I can here. So with that being said, some of you guys, you open it, but if you have duplicates, even of the newer ones, you would still open up a physical edition, even if you have the digital? Or what if you had two? Like, I have some Wii U games, Brandy. I have two of them. One that's sealed and one that's open because that's what I came across it.
I don't buy digital. So, like, I don't...
No, I'm talking physical. I have two Wii U games of the same game. A lot of the Lego Dimension games I have a few Donkey Kong games that are sealed, and then I also have the open version of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't intend on opening the sealed version. So then, does that make me wrong if I end up selling that down the road for, and whatever, because we know the value is going to go up with it being sealed? That's the question.
Sorry, I saw that comment. I'd open Tyson, put it in my room, and chain smoke all around it. That gives me anxiety hearing that.
Oh, you talking about Sean?
That hurts. Like, I mean, I know I'm not doing anything with it because it's literally sealed and it's just sitting there. But I couldn't imagine someone just opening it and then smoking around it.
That decreases
That's
the
like,
value.
that's heartbreaking, and it just like would ruin it. It would make it all
Yep.
just messed up.
Well, here's something that's near and dear to your heart.
Yeah.
I have a collector's edition already. It's open. I have the Switch version of it, the collector's edition. I got this for $10 at Walmart during the sale, and it's sealed. It's the Unleashed PS5 Deluxe Edition, and I kept it sealed because I have the game digital. I have the Switch game that's physical that's opened, and now I have this game, and I only bought it because it was $10. It was.
Yeah. See, I'd do that too, and I wouldn't open it because if I already had one, I wouldn't open it. I'd put it up on a shelf. But I'm trying not to do that.
Going forward, I'm trying not to do that. But when they just fall on your lap like that, what I'm saying is,
for $10,
I'm not buying things with the expected. Okay, like that Tony Hawk one that you got me, right?
Yeah.
It's still sealed. Same with the same with the other one. I know the plastic's ripped on it, but it's still, the collector's is still sealed.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure if I want to open it yet. What am I going to do? Ride the Tony Hawk skateboard? Am I going to go buy some trucks and some wheels for it and some risers?
You could. That'd be very entertaining to watch.
I think
right?
people would want to see that, man. You want to talk about subscribers growing? People would be paying to see that. I'd be getting super chats left and right. They'd be like, "Oh, we want to see that." I used to skateboard back in the day. I did. I skateboarded back when I was like 16, and I mean skateboard where you go to the malls and get thrown out, where we would skateboard and grind rails and stuff.
We had a skate park in towards like.
See, we didn't have that. We were
Charm City Skate Park. Anyone know about that in Baltimore? We used to go there. We would have birthday parties, and that was a fun time. Those were like the good old days when you could like actually finally go somewhere and skate instead of up at the school where everyone was at, and then things were like not in the best condition, and you'd mess up your board.
Oh yeah, we've done that.
Get yelled at, like those were the days.
How many sealed games versus how many open games? So absolutely, I think I own maybe 60 to 70 sealed games, and then I have probably like 2,000 to 3,000 games that are open. Brandy's probably up near 10,000, and she probably has about how many games that would you say that you have sealed?
If I do, it's like some of the newer stuff that I haven't gotten to, but most of the time I'll open the stuff up now.
You're one of those. You're one of those people.
It's a very small number.
So then I'm also one of these guys because I got one of these, and now mind you, this is the only slab that I have. I got this game, and it's a PS3 game. Oops, let me see. There was a guy on Facebook Marketplace near me. He was selling this for $20, and I bought it.
Wow.
I think the game itself is only worth like $7 or something like that. I think graded, I think it's worth maybe $30, maybe. I don't know. I haven't looked it up. But I felt like $20 for this was worth it. Don't you think? I have the game. I have the game. It's open. It's what is it? A 9.9? It's a 9.9.
I don't mind like a few sealed things and a few graded things for like the history purposes. Like when I was going for the full worldwide Nintendo 64 set, I actually bought a graded copy of a Japanese Mario no Photopie. I don't even know how to say it. But it's not really a game. It's kind of like a software type thing where you take I play more than 5. But no, so pretty much I got it cheaper graded and like a new unopened copy. It was graded and I got it way cheaper than a loose cartridge of the worldwide set that I was going for. So that's the time that I did buy a graded game. And then I also got another graded game because it's for the Wii, a Resident Evil game. And some guy threw it in with the bundle. He was like, "Here, if you want this, you can have it." I'm not gonna say no, I don't want it.
No,
I took it.
That's like CC Games said. It costs more than $20 to grade it. That's why when I saw it for $20 to buy it, I was like, That's a no-brainer. Like, why wouldn't I buy that? And the guy, that's what he did. I don't think he realized what he had. He knew it was like a graded game, but like
Yeah.
I don't think he realized, that down the road it could have value. And listen, we could get into a big debate about graded games, and I know there's people that like graded games. There's people that hate graded games. Am I going to open it just to answer? No, I'm not going to open that one. But I also wonder, are games that are sealed more sought after from retro than they are from modern? And the reason I'm asking that is, and would you open it? Like, if I had the opportunity to buy a cheap Rob Nintendo Entertainment setup, the whole box system, let's say I got that for a steal at $400. We know that they're going for $1,000 to $1,200 opened. But let's say I could get a steal at a yard sale that's sealed for whatever reason for $400, and they think that they're, I'm not opening that. Brandy, I'm not going to open it because I already have a Nintendo. I already have a Rob setup or a power pad. I'm going to keep it sealed because the nostalgia behind it being 40 plus years old, and I'm the one owner that could open it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think some people do it too, like for like the history of things. Like if I get lots of games and there are some older ones that are sealed, I'm not going to open that up. I'd rather find a open copy.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to take another one out of circulation, whether I'm going to do anything with it or not. Like, I'd rather get that in touch with the right people versus, whatever. Or maybe one day I just want to go ahead and open that up and have that those memories of opening up a game with a manual and the smell of the games. Like, it's different. It's like a different feeling.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people, though, are holding on to these sealed games as an investment. And I don't know if I agree with that. I don't think video games in general are an investment. And I get it, some people have sold stuff because they've had to. A water heater or a furnace, or a car breaks down, or you need a new roof in your house, or I don't know, you name it, whatever the catastrophe that could happen, right?
Yeah.
I feel like there's other ways, and maybe for some there is no other ways, but I don't feel like, if anything, if you're trying to sell your stuff because of hard times, I feel like whoever's buying it's going to take advantage of you. You're not going to get the absolute highest value that you can. I mean, if you go in with that you're desperate into like a game store and be like, oh, I need to trade, I need to sell this. I got a bill that's due, or I got a, my kid broke his arm, or, my washer died. They're going to take advantage of that, man. They know you need cash.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's an investment process with this.
Yeah, I feel like if you are investing, you kind of have to be like in the know. You have to have that clientele. You have to have some sort of like store, whether it's online or physical. Because I was talking to some other creators about that, and they're saying that there's still people out there that are getting into, sealed games, and they know the right people, and they're making, tens of thousands of dollars just for like one physical game at a time. And they're in like $1 million business. But I just think that is not something that's consistent. It's not something that all of us little people can do. Like, I can't just go out there and get into the market like tomorrow and then be an expert on it. Like,
well, I want to touch.
Pretty crazy.
I want us to touch on this comment here by Sean, Ain't Dead Games. He says, open up your games, play them. As digital is dumb, value on games is dumb. I agree with that. Opening up games and play them. But if you come across the cheap game that's sealed, this was my point of leaving these sealed. I've already bought for full price this game in digital. Why would I open this up? I want to preserve it. I want to keep it nice, especially if the VR copy, they're going to become rare. That might be something that I could use to flip. And yes, I'm going to say that. I could flip it, Brandy, to get more cartridge-based retro games that I want.
Yeah, I mean,
I already own it.
essentially,
I own 2
essentially
copies.
saying, yeah, essentially saying to open everything, like that doesn't quite make sense because we all know that there's money in this hobby. And if just like everything else, if you see a rare sealed game, you're not going to leave it. You know, if it's cheap, you're not going to leave it there for a few dollars. You're going to pick it up. It's like the same saying. If you see $100 bill on the ground, you'd be stupid to walk past it and not pick it up. Like, that's just kind of how some of this stuff is. Like, everyone likes to say that they're not a reseller, they're not a this, they've never sold a game, yada yada, they never traded. But at the same time, it's like if an opportunity presents itself, people should take advantage of that. Everyone else is doing it, and this is kind of how things are going.
Well, it's like I've told that story numerous times. Yeah, you're a dirty reseller. I've told the story numerous times with Fallout. It was sealed. I paid $1 for it at the pawn shop. They had 5 sealed copies. No, 7 sealed copies, and I bought them all, $7, and that got me my Neo Geo CD system because at the time of the show when it first came out, I kept one. I still have it on my shelf. It's sealed. I have one that's opened. I opened one up, and then I traded in the other 5, and I got a Neo Geo CD and only paid a little bit. I think it was like $12 or $13 in tax. But I used it because when the show was out, it skyrocketed to like $120 for a sealed copy. Now it's back down to like $60. But
yeah,
my point is, like, if you can do that, I don't see the harm in that. That's why I keep some of this stuff sealed. If I can take this let's say this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Brandy, and I got another person, let's say that's like you, that doesn't have this, that really would love to have this. They missed out on it. They don't even have it open.
Yeah.
Let's say sealed, this is worth $300 in like 10 years. And I can trade this for a $300 NES game that I need, that person's willing to part with. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, especially since this is a Walmart exclusive. You even see it says only at Walmart. You can only get this one at Walmart. So that makes it even more of a rare piece. My point is, I don't see anything wrong with doing stuff like that, especially if you're putting it back into your collection. Now, if you're just buying this stuff up, I mean, welcome to the country that we live in. You know, you're allowed to do that. I'm not saying I agree with it, but you're allowed to do that. Look at PlayStation when it came out. PlayStation 5, people are buying it and scalping it.
I mean, Pokemon cards right now. People are buying all the sealed stuff so kids and people can't get it, and they're reselling it. They even did it with the fidget toys, the little squishy things. What
are they? The dumplings? The dumplings?
Yeah, like the dumplings, and then the other squishy ones and stuff like that. It's like people are Neatos. They were going out there at Five Below, buying Neatos for like a couple dollars, and then selling them for $20 a piece. That's literally how every single hobby is. Everything is like that. That's just the way the world is nowadays. And you either hop in on it or you miss out. And that's just how it is.
And me of all people, I buy more games than most people. And you're probably going to sit there and be like, well, that's impossible. No, it really is. I have 3 kids, and my wife plays games. So guess how many video games I have to buy of each. Guess how many copies of each game I have to buy. Because we don't share games. Everybody has their own games. And unless it's a game that they wanted to try or wanted to play. So, realistically, in this house, counting that sealed copy, I have 6 copies of that Mario 3D All-Stars game. Realistically. All the Zeldas, Breath of the Wild and Breath of the Wild 2 and all those, just about every Switch game you can think of, that's the Bonanza, all that stuff, I've bought them for all the kids. And now I've been buying it when I can for my daughter's boyfriend because he has a Switch too. So imagine how much larger my collection would be if I didn't have to buy. So when a game comes out and it's $70, I sit there and I do the math and I go $70 times 5 at least. That's what I'm paying per game.
There's no way.
It's what I'm doing, honest to God.
There's no way I could do that. That's crazy.
That's what I'm doing. So that's why I say when people want to sit there and say, well, oh, you have a sealed game. Well, yeah, but that's what I do. That's my daughter has her version. My son has his own PlayStation 5. My daughter has her own PlayStation 5. I have my own PlayStation 5. Everybody's got their own Switch 2s. Everybody's got their own Switch 1s. My littlest one, she got the hand-me-down Switch Lite. She plays Baby Shark on it.
Wow.
Everybody's got a console. Everybody's, so in my situation, and I'm not saying it to be like, oh, woe is me. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when you have games like this, this is why sometimes I get duplicates of sealed ones. It just happens.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know how people can do this as a whole investment. Like, you just kind of have to know, I guess, the way that things are. But like people are saying in the chat too, Phoenix Resale and other people, they went to this warehouse where people literally have millions of dollars invested in this stuff. And what they essentially do is they just hoard all these games, sealed copies of stuff for the newer stuff, for the the older games, the retro games. They have those full shipping containers, like those shipping boxes from Nintendo for like Super Nintendo games, for Nintendo games. And they just ship them all out. They get graded. They sell them to people who want to go into this whole investment. And that's just, you're talking big money when you start doing stuff like that. I feel like all of us who are in the chat, we're not really into that market. So we're not fully going to understand everything that's going on.
All right, so DG has a question. I want to bring it up because she's asking everybody this question in the chat room. Let's see if I can. Actually, Brandy, can you read it? Because you'll have to read it out of your chat because it doesn't give me the whole chat here.
Okay.
So it's in your chat room. It says, she says,
right.
Let me ask you something. That's what it starts with.
Yeah. How do you feel about resellers buying up tables at the conventions or bins? I really feel like that should be done after a show or the end of the day. So that is like a loaded question because let me tell you this. When you go to a convention, there's like a whole day or two where they're set up and there's literally vendors who are buying from other vendors from the second that a table is set up to the second that all the merchandise gets on the table. Even when I've set up at shows and I've set up tables, I'll put like my perler bead art, I'll put my little cheap trinket stuff that I'm bringing to the show to sell, and people will come over and they'll offer to buy stuff at the table, and I don't care if they're going to resell it or whatever. And that's kind of the same mindset that a lot of people have. Some people just want to clear out their stuff and they want to move on. There were a few people at certain conventions that I just went to where they were getting out of the hobby. So someone offered to buy up their whole table and they sold it like before the show even started. And then they just took their table over and they set up there and continued to sell. I mean, this has been happening for years, and this happens at every single convention, every single show. It doesn't matter if it's video game related or not. Like, if people see something, money talks. And yeah, in theory, you'd like to think that VIPs and regular people and guests who are coming to these conventions, you would think that they should have first dibs. But at the end of the day, money talks, and that's just how the world works. And is it morally right? Is it the neighborly thing to do?
But I think that falls on the convention runner, honestly, because I'm of the opposite mindset. I'm of the mindset of, okay, you're going to go in there and buy a table out. So let's say I buy a VIP pass, Brandy, for me and my family, and I spend over $500 to get in there early to check out these deals. Meanwhile, these vendors aren't spending more money to get in. They're spending what it is to set up their table. That would be the same way as if a Walmart employee, when PlayStation 5 or Switch 2 or Xbox came out, and they gobbled them all up before you, the consumer, had a chance to get them.
They do that. They do that
Not
though.
legally.
How much
There's rules and laws and places that they're not
They do
legally.
it.
I'm just saying they're not legally allowed to do that. They don't
But
even
they do
have
it.
that at the conventions, is what I'm saying. And I feel bad. It's kind of the same thing like you and me have, and some of the other YouTubers, where we won't buy anything until the VIPs have come in and had a look around.
I didn't
We don't-
even buy stuff till Sunday. Like,
But my point is, we're not
halfway
going in
through the
there.
show.
But we're not going in there and clearing everything out. I'm with you. I wait as long as I can if there's something. Because a lot of the vendors, anyways, that I buy most of the stuff that I'm buying, anyways, nobody's going to buy anyways, because it's filler stuff that I need for my collection for Nintendo's entertainment system. But my point is, I think if you're paying to get into a convention for this thing, this is what's going to kill conventions. It's not going to be the lack of video games. It's going to be things like this happening. And unless the convention runners put their foot down, like you said, it's still going to happen.
Yeah, and I mean, there are some vendors though that will not sell to YouTubers, content creators, or other vendors,
especially at Siege.
And there are some, and they do. They stand their ground, and they won't sell to anyone else, and that's respectable. That's something that they believe in, and people have tried to do it. And what essentially happened, the reason why they don't do it anymore, is one year someone bought out some of their stuff, brought it right across their table, marked it up, and resold it right in front of them the entire convention. And I mean, yeah, when you get stuff, it's yours, you could do whatever you want, but that is kind of like a slap in the face to see that, like, the entire show. At least you couldn't wait till like the next convention or somewhere else.
Let me put this out there. Let me put this out there to you, and D, you're listening as well, and everybody else. What about that person? We'll use YouTubers. We'll use YouTubers as an example for this. The YouTuber goes around, and you guys know, you've seen it. Well, I'll just grab this game. Star Wars Outlaw. Probably a $30 to $40 game. Okay, let's say it's sealed, so let's say it's retail price $59.99. Let's just say, hypothetically. They have this sitting there. The vendor knows the YouTuber, and they're like, the YouTuber's like, would you do $35 for it? And he's like, yeah, for you? Yeah, I'll do $35. He takes this. Okay, YouTuber goes around, goes to the next booth, sees this game. Again, it's sealed. He says, $60. Would you do $45? The guy goes, yeah, for you, I'll do that. Okay, so now that guy just saved, what, $40 just on 2 games? That same guy puts these in his backpack, takes them home, fires up Whatnot, sells these
for $69.99.
$69.99 retail for these because they're sealed. Is that okay?
See, but people do it. People do it. I'm not saying anything's right or wrong. I'm just trying to see what you guys think. But I mean, that's just the way.
No, I'm not condemning anybody. I've seen it done. I've watched people been given games only to turn around and sell it 10 minutes later by trading it in somewhere.
Yeah, I've seen people literally say, yeah, these will go great in my collection. I'm buying this stuff, whatever. Or, they're giving me this stuff because they think it's going in my collection. And then 2 seconds later, I'm going to resell this. That's some crazy stuff. If you're like swindling a person to think that, it's going in your personal collection or it's going into something that you're going to appreciate, but your intent the whole time was to resell it, that's a little like.
I've watched this guy do it. No, I'm just kidding. I got to bust on him. I haven't seen him in a couple weeks. Destination Switch. I haven't seen him. No, Marcus doesn't do that. But no, I just find that humorous that people do that. It's like, you want a deal, but then you're going to turn around and you're not going to give somebody else a deal on the same game that you just bought. And then you'll turn around and say, I hate resellers. But then you're turning around being a dirty reseller yourself.
But
and that's what makes it dirty.
Time, like, not to say I support this or not, but it's like the YouTuber put in the work. They have an audience. They can get eyes on a business.
I get it.
It's kind of like a promotion. Like, yeah, I give you $10 off, but you're going to make a video.
Daryl does it to me all the time, and I'm being serious. He'll get stuff really cheap. Look, he put in the work.
Yeah.
Exactly what you're saying.
It just kind of depends. I think a lot of it is the shady tactics behind it. That's what makes people like a dirty reseller versus like a reseller. It's like if you're lying, you're deceiving, you're cutting people off in line. Like if you're doing things like that, then that's the dirty part of the reseller. But if you're, just trying to make an honest living and you're helping people and this and that, like, then you're just like, you're practically like a game store somewhere that we would buy games from.
With that said, back to our topic, sealed video games. How are you going to do this? Now, you can't sell digital. For everybody that's been on board with the digital train, you're not selling any video games. You're just not. And when you go to trade in your Switch or your PlayStation, it's going to be tied to your account. So all that extra money that you were using for those, like we talked about growing up, we would take those games that we had, even some sealed that we just never played. I had that Zombie U for Wii U when I traded in back before I was collecting. I never even opened the game. And they gave me a little bit more money for it, but I used it to buy my son his first Switch. You're not going to be able to do that anymore. Teenagers, they're not going to be able to take their games and trade them in and get money towards a new console with that.
Yeah. I mean, this is going down like a whole path. It's, I don't know. I guess people just think that we all have money. Like, I guess people just think that we're just going to spend the money one time.
Yep.
Because they're not making any money by, other stores selling used or, secondhand and things like that. So I don't know. I don't know what we can really do at this point because it's not going to help anyone out. It's going to make everything harder, and they're just going to make it so that we have to accept that. Like, we just have to deal with it and have to, spend that money and then not be able to turn around and recoup any of it. We spend the money one time, we get the experience one time, and then we just move on. Like, it's nothing. And they get all the money because there isn't a secondhand market. There isn't this whole, you go to GameStop, you go to a mom and pop store, you go to this, you go to that. Like, they're just going to make it all harder for more people to get into.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, how many of you guys in the chat room right now remember when you grew up, no matter what system that you were big in, whether it was Nintendo, Genesis, whatever, you fill in the blanks, whatever era you grew up with, Atari. Do you guys remember taking your old games and selling your old system for an upgrade? Kind of like what we do with iPhones, right? You don't keep your iPhone or your Android device. You trade it in, get a new one, that sort of thing. Do you remember when the latest system came out and you were like, oh, I could trade in all these games and I could trade in my NES, Brandy, and I can get the Super Nintendo when it comes out because the Super Nintendo was $200. The Nintendo was $100, but they would give you $70 trade-in credit for that. And then if you had the Power Pad and the Zapper, I think you would get close to $100. And then if you had each game, I think the games they were giving like between $5 and $10 for the games. Like, unless you had like popular ones like Tyson's Punch-Out, you might get 12 to 15 on it. But my point is, we would take those games and the Zeldas and stack them up and take them in and trade them in for a Super Nintendo or Genesis, whatever your poison was. That's how, as kids, that's how we got the latest systems, unless it was Christmas or our birthdays. And even then, we didn't necessarily get them because $200 back then, that was a lot of money to our parents. Like, what does that equate to today? Who's in economics in the chat room here? Is that like $850? Today's money?
I don't know. Is it quite that? I know there's
I don't
like
know.
a little
Inflation's
little
going
thing
up.
that you can do. Like, you just put like whatever year it was. Like 200, I don't know, 1990.
Somebody can figure that out in the chat room. That would be awesome if you want to put that in there. But my point is, kids today, I mean, that's how they have to get stuff. That's how we did it. That is. It's how we did it. And
yeah,
I mean,
$200 in 1990 is $511 today.
Okay, so there you go.
That's a lot of money.
That's
though.
a lot of money.
So, like, I don't know if you guys had that, but I didn't get consoles the first go around. I'd have to wait till like the following year when it would go down a little bit in price. I was always a year late or 2 or 5.
My Nintendo, my parents got us the Power Pad set, so that was probably what, almost a year and a half after it was out.
Yeah.
And then Super Nintendo, my brother got, I think it was the Christmas the first year it was out. I think he got it. Same with Nintendo 64. But he paid for some of that stuff himself. But even, you remember when the consoles went up, they went up to $300, and that was expensive. And that's close to $600 today or more. So
yeah, everyone's talking about upgrading phones and stuff too. I mean, technology.
Oh my gosh.
I'm still on an iPhone 13.
I'm upgrading this year, and my kids know they keep their phones perfect. They can bang up the screen protectors all they want. They keep them in a case. Every 3 years we trade them in. We get AT&T will do the deal for $700 or $800 off of the new one, and then I make
I'm
the
gonna have
payments.
to do something because I'm running out of storage and memory, and my phone keeps saying you need to update to iOS 18 or newer. I haven't updated my phone since I bought it because I know it crashes it, so I haven't updated it one time.
And I actually would make it run better, but
yeah, I can't use Airbnb or anything because it says you need the latest version. I can't log into GameStop. I can't use any of the apps because it's all outdated.
Oh my goodness. All right, so what we're going to do right now is we are going to talk about really quick before we get to the community. We got a lot of community videos, but what we're going to talk about right now is what we played this week. I think we beat this topic to a dead nail, and then we're going to, like I said, we'll hear from the community. So let's take a look at what we're playing this week. We actually played stuff.
I think I need this game. I think I need this game. Huh. Oh, DuckTales 2. I think I'm going to take this game.
Wait, what?
And then I think
What are you doing?
What are you talking about?
What do you mean, what are you taking my games for?
Your games? Someone left the door open. This is all free.
Oh yeah, I left the door because you said you had to come down and get some stuff.
Yeah, but you have all this cool stuff. I want to take it.
Oh.
I need some of these for my collection so I can have duplicates.
Stephanie!
Look, DuckTales 2. So we are back at the Game Masters, having a great old time. Tired of waiting on my old co-host over there who just takes his time with everything, you know. So I have to be over here.
Excuse me. What are you doing here?
I was tired of waiting on you.
What do you mean you're tired of waiting on me? I'm over there eating. I'm tired.
Exactly. He's tired. He's
I
old.
am tired.
He's tired and old. Always waiting on you. I was talking to the people and telling them a little bit about the Game Masters, our setup here.
Tell me about our setup here.
This setup is taller than me. Let me tell you.
First time you're telling the truth all weekend.
What's that supposed to mean?
Hey, I'm just saying, it's convention season. You guys can make sure to follow us because we're going to be streaming live on her channel, my channel, and pretty much anywhere video can be found.
Exactly. So you get to see the Game Masters everywhere and in person now with our awesome setup here.
But even better, you get to watch her get beat live from the audience. So make sure you guys tune in as we bring you live coverage of all the conventions that we're at this year.
You know what? Maybe they should start playing you because I want to see if
I'm
you're
going back
any
to
better.
eating. Goodbye.
Oh, there he goes. That's what we're dealing with, folks. So thank you for watching.
All right, so what we're playing, Brandy likes to go through my stuff and take my stuff and take it for herself.
Just a few games.
But what are we looking at? What are we looking at here?
Yes. So, this is a game that I just got, Mega Man X2. I just picked this one up. I don't know if I uploaded all the footage as well to play it.
No, you just had a few. You just showed the screen, slacker.
Sure did. I didn't include the rest of the gameplay. But no. So what had happened was I went to Siege, guys, and I have been looking for these Super Nintendo games for a minute. And I finally got my list out. It was a Sunday, I believe. And I was like, you know what? I need to find some Super Nintendo games. So I walked around the convention and I was looking for those deals. I found a few Super Nintendo titles, Rex Ronan, Experimental Surgeon, which is one of those Health Heroes games. Finally got Mega Man X2. It's like $100 and some game, and the person actually took a little bit off, and I was super happy about that. So I have been finally getting a chance to go through testing some of these games out, and I got hooked because I have been playing Mega Man X2. Still a little challenging, just diving into it and jumping into it, but I will say it is a ton of fun.
It looks a lot of fun. I love the Mega Man games. I love getting them. That's a rather pricey game, to be honest. So
yeah, I think they wanted like $160 or something, but they took some money off because it was so
yeah, they
good.
gave her because she's a YouTuber, and then she's gonna turn around and sell it.
It wasn't even that, and I'm
No,
not
just
even
kidding.
going
I'm
to sell. I
kidding.
gotta
I'm kidding.
keep it.
Everybody knows you're not gonna sell it. So, because I just got my video out today, so y'all need to go watch it. It's on YouTube after the show. You need to go watch it. It's on the review of the handheld, the RG43V Pro from ILPC, the little handheld that I've been using for vacation and stuff. Brandy, I've been taking this thing everywhere, and I've been playing with some crazy taxi. Been having some fun with it, and this is an awesome game. I thoroughly enjoy Crazy Taxi. I forgot how much fun it was, and I had to put Crazy Taxi 2 on it, and I've been playing Sonic Adventure 2, but I just picked one game this week, so that I've been playing.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that in your video that you just did.
Yeah.
Reviewing that handheld. You were playing the Dreamcast games because you wanted to, test out how those run because they.
Oh,
What?
she's breaking stuff. What was that?
I'd say Spider-Man jumped off the shelf and some Pokemon stuff.
Well,
they all leaped off the shelf.
well, am I wrong though? Am I wrong? Like, anytime you get like one of these handhelds with the retro games either pre-installed or you have to install the games running like Emulation Station or something along those lines. Anytime you play Dreamcast games, even PlayStation games, they will lag like you wouldn't believe. Like, you can't play the game. It's not even, it's not even fun to play. So that was my test to see if this thing could if this thing really could handle it. So you guys got to watch the video. I show it on there. It came out earlier today. I know I've been slacking, but I did get it out today. I said to Brandy, I said, I got to get it done before the show so I can tell everybody to go watch it. So you guys can go watch it and tell me what you think. $99, Brandy, is right now. You can go on Amazon and buy it for $99, or you can use my affiliate link that's in the video so I can get some kickback on it. Hey, shameless plug. What can I say?
That's the way to do it. You should check it out though, because it did look like a great time, and then you get to play it, on the go.
It's digital games too, folks. Digital, not physical.
Here we go.
They're saying the ghost of Ahmer's tub is showing up.
Yeah, I'm like a little concerned now because I'm like, what else is about to fall?
Oh boy. Well, they were in your room putting the windows in. Maybe it was loose on the shelf and it decided to just.
No, that's the thing
fall.
I put up there right before the show.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That was an oopsie on me. I don't think anything broke. It fell on carpet. It should be fine. They're a bunch of party hats.
Sounded kind of rough. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to transition to the community question. So the question that we put out there, sealed or unsealed, what do you do? And a couple of you guys sent in some videos, and we really appreciate it. And so let's take you to those right now after a few little blurbs.
Did you see the door anywhere?
What are you looking for?
Well, there's supposed to be. You said you wanted us to check out the game room, but I don't see a door anywhere.
Not here, not this game room.
Not this game. Well,
They're supposed to send us their game room clips.
Oh.
We're supposed to check it out online.
Why didn't you tell me that?
I just thought you'd figure it out. You're supposed to use your brain and think a little bit.
Well, I mean, I saw. All right. Anyways, so if you guys want to be featured on the Game Masters on a Wednesday night, we love seeing game rooms.
I love game rooms.
I know you do.
I tried to take over your game room.
And she actually stole one of them. We'll get to that another time. But anyways, check it out. Send us in your game room so we can check it out because, well, she'll come by your house and steal stuff from you.
I'll take it over. It could be my game room too. So I want to see what you guys got going on.
So she can steal it from you.
What are your thoughts?
That's a great question. That's a great question. Yeah.
We'd love to hear from you.
Hey guys, I'm Pammy from PNX World, and we don't really collect sealed games. However, there are some things we have sealed. This is one of my favorites. It's Metroid Dread. It's a special. We already have the game, and it's holographic and really pretty, and I'm not taking it out of its case. And then we have a Nintendo GameCube controller. We thought about selling it, but kind of realized it's really cool in its original packaging, and then we'll just hang on to it because it is kind of cool that it's in its original seal.
On our channel, we're not strangers to opening seal things.
And it kind of begs the question, to seal or not to seal?
Not to seal.
And it goes sealed for about $75.
Game's meant to be played.
Okay.
Let me see. We're gonna anger the internet right away. So seal and bully, about 20 something bucks, I think. Oh, we're gonna smell. What is this? 2000, early 2000s. Yep. I always love doing that. Yep. In the spirit of opening seal stuff, there goes another one. I know it doesn't mean as much, but hey, still, it counts.
Hey, everybody. I'm kidding around. This is David B69. Last night, I was watching a live broadcast from the Game Masters. Steve asked the question, and I thought it was a great question. What do you do with your new sealed games in your collection? Do you keep them? If you do keep them like that, why do you keep them like that? I'll answer this in pretty much no certain terms. This is what DG would call a janky game. I would agree to that. I think this is a janky game, but it's also a new sealed janky game. So this is what you do. You rip it off, and you have the little paper here, and the game's open. Voila. And that's what you do with new games. You open them. You heathen. What are you supposed to do with them? You're not supposed to, like, keep them, like, sealed forever. I mean, that's just, like, really, really wrong. And they're like, oh, he's only going to do that with one game because it's janky, and that's the only thing he's going to do. Well, no. I'm gonna grab another game. It's just as janky, but it's old school. It's a really nice game and everything. It has the like nice little label here. It's NBA Shootout 2001. And you're going to say to you, you're not going to do that. You're not going to do it. Well, guess what? And you got to get, and you always get to, this little stupid thing and everything. And then you have to figure out where the crease was, and it's like, remember these little guys and stuff and everything where you had to pull, and then you had to like pull, and you had to do this all perfectly. And this game has not done this. This game is 25 years old. 25 years old. And it has now been pulled. And what's inside it? Oh my gosh, it's a brand new game. And a brand new manual. And look, You can get into the PlayStation Underground. Sign up now. That way they can tell you that your physical collection isn't good anymore. Please, people. Everybody loves physical media. I mean, I can continue opening game after game after game, and I could spend all that time. And I'm going to open a lot of these games. These two games, I will not open. They will stay sealed. What's the difference between those two? Well, these two games, the price differences are around $20, and they're under $10 to buy a used copy. That is basically my variant of what I would consider what not to do when you're doing these, when you have a new game versus old games. It doesn't make sense to keep it like that. It just really, really doesn't. I refuse to lose $20 worth of value when I can spend under $10 and get a replacement. It just doesn't make any sense. Now, there's games like this where NBA Game Day 2002, this game has no value, but it's cool. It has that cool sticker. I have no problem doing this one, mainly because it's a cracked front case. So in my opinion, the value is already dropped from that. So nobody will consider that like new just because of condition. And I think you have to always look at that kind of stuff. Again, it has that pull label. I mean, yeah, when I was doing the thing, and but the satisfaction of doing those pull labels, I miss that in games. And there's another PlayStation Underground advertisement. But that nice new smell of a fresh new game doesn't get old. Now you got games like these. Brand new, sealed in box. I will not open this. It has the Luke Skywalker with his blue milk. I will not open this box. I have this digitally. Same with this. I have it digitally. I'm not going to open these that I have digitally. With this era of games, if I have something digitally, the new games are pretty much a backup for if they do take the store down and I want to play those games. And that's what these serve as. They serve as a backup for when I want to play it. Just in case the digital storefront goes down or I lose my saves and stuff and everything on the actual hard drive of there and the store goes down. That's basically why I would have it. There's no reason to have it otherwise. But that's why I do what I do with my collection. It's like everybody else has a different feeling and a different opinion. Some people just refuse to ever do anything digitally. Fine. It's fine with me. I really don't mind it either way. I personally don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Am I going to buy a PlayStation 6? If I can get the sports games on my PC, probably not. If it's just going to be digital. If it's just going to be a digital front from here on then, and I can get the games on my computer, no reason to have the PlayStation anymore. There's just really none. Because if I can do it on a computer, there's just no point. But Anyway, this is David B69. My anniversary for the channel is August 4th, 2026. So, 20 years. So, I'm hoping to do something cool that day. But just basically wanted to give you guys a heads up. 20 years anniversary coming soon to David B69. Have a good day, everybody. Peace. I'm out. Oh, Retro Rick.
Hey guys, it's Daryl again. Should we open physical games and play them? Games are meant to be played, like I have with these games sitting right here. I'm about to open these up and play these. Most of my games I don't have sealed, and the one or two that I've had in the past, besides my Pokemon Blue, I've opened up. And the main reason why is they're meant to be played. Games are meant to be played. There's nothing wrong with that, and they're supposed to be played. Each to their own with their own collecting and what they want to do, but at the end of the day, games are meant to be played. This is Daryl Best signing off. Have a good one. And since while we're at it, Stefan's always saying, and Brandon's always saying, show us one of your gaming things. Here's one of my shelves that I did myself, along with Kirby, my Donkey Kong homemade arcade, along with my Lego Mario up on top. Alright guys, have a good day.
Hey there, Game Masters. Great topic this week. The discussion of sealed games. Are they an investment or what exactly are they? I think all of us are a balance between being gamers and collectors, and I'm mostly probably 90% gamer and 10% collector. Other people can be the inverse of that, and that's fine. I think that a lot of people are critical of those who have these games sealed up like they're trophies on a wall. But I have a good friend of mine who runs MIB Master Toy Museum on the YouTube, and his goal is to have mint in-box toys from mainly the 70s and 80s in his collection. And he made a point that I'd never thought about but makes perfect sense, which is when you see it sealed, that's the way that you saw it in the store for the first time. That was where the product had the maximum potential for what it could be. That was before you took it home and found out if it was any good or not, and it may have exceeded expectations, but you then went to the reality of it. But what the sealed product is how it was merchandised and sold to us as consumers, and that was the moment of highest potential. And there's a certain amount of an emotional aspect to that. And if that's why somebody wants to have sealed games, hey, I'm all for it. You know, I'm not a big fan of investors and people trying to play the market. That's just not for me. Some people, that's where they get their jollies and their dopamine hits and all of those things. Not me. I like to get mine, playing the games. But there are a few things that I like to have sealed because it's a moment in time. But people who have the vast collections, hey, good for them. They are preserving the history, and every single one of those are at their maximum potential for what it could be. And I get that. What I don't get is people who just like to berate others and how others do their business. And we're all grown folks. We make our own money, how we spend it. And as long as you're not, buying drugs and doing illegal things and being a detriment to society, man, there's a lot worse ways to spend your money and your time than collecting sealed video games. But as for me, I'm going to be playing them. Y'all have a great week. Thank you, Game Masters.
I just listened to a little bit of it, but 8 minutes is a long time, not gonna lie. So I didn't make it to the end. So when he did that, he was like, "Did you know?" And I was like, "I didn't know." And we were over here busting out laughing.
Yeah, I had her muted in the beginning because I didn't know if she was gonna go after me on that. Because she was like, "You're not gonna do that Retro Rick thing." Retro Rick. They're a little delayed. Don't pay no mind. They're a little delayed on the thing. It's gonna come back in.
Okay, good.
They're like, "Help! I can't hear. I can't hear. I saw him do it though. He did it. He did the Retro Rick."
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know he was gonna do that. I had no idea.
We were talking like during that time when David was doing it, and I said, I was like, we need to you need to get a shirt that says "I Heart Retro Rick" on it. That was really good. I like that.
He's probably gonna be like, great, we can never talk to her ever again. Also, side note, I friend requested him like a couple years ago and he never accepted.
Did you tell him about it when he was at your house?
No, but the second he left my house, I requested it and then I re-requested it and he still didn't accept me.
I don't think he manages his own Facebook page. I don't think
it's his personal Facebook. It's his personal Facebook.
Well, that's what I mean. I don't think he even goes on it. Like, yeah, he's not like us lowly people.
No, because like sometimes, like I sent him a helpful thing the other day when he was in the game room and he was looking at my Happy Meal display that I have with
Which one?
The Ronald McDonald one with the Sonic the Hedgehog thing, the holding.
Yeah.
They needed a picture of the bracket. Well,
Yeah.
I found one for sale and I sent it to him and he was like, "Oh, thank you." So, I had like an actual picture and I sent it. But
So I heard some of you guys, David B went up to Brandy and did the Retro Rick. Who else did that? Did anybody else do that to you at Siege? Did they go up and do the Retro Rick to you?
I feel like a few people did. I can't recall who, but a few people were like, "Retro Rick," and I can't remember now who it was, but it was pretty fun.
One of these times, we're gonna surprise you all, and we're gonna get him to do a spoof with us. When I do that, we're gonna like have him like pop up and be like, "You called?"
It'll have to be like the next convention somehow that we're all at. That would be pretty fun to do, like something like that.
Or have him pop in and be like, "Why do you keep calling my name?"
Like we say it 3 times and he just appears.
Yeah, like one of the old horror movies. So along with David B, I kind of agree. I agree with him. Like if I have a digital copy, I'm keeping my physical sealed, and I think that's, I think that's how it is. But I get it. A lot of people are like, "Hey, games are meant to be played." PNX World, those guys. I've watched some of their videos, man, and they'll open up sealed stuff, and I'm just going, no. But to the point, I hope anybody that's opening these sealed games are not paying sealed game prices on some of this retro stuff, because I feel like if you're just going to open it and play it, unless you have endless amounts of cash, I think Will put this in here earlier. Just buy it where it's not sealed, and then. But unless you're one of those ones that have to have it new, but I think nowadays with some of those with some of the retro games that are sealed, they are like 3 times the price of the value of the game. Especially if you start getting into regular Nintendo games, even the shelf sitters, if you will, the filler, they're still minimum $120, $180, and to open them,
Yeah, I can't. So that's what I've kind of did. I've like phased out some of my sealed collection, and I've just like let it go so that I could get other items, like the heavy hitter Super Nintendos or the more expensive titles that I just, can't really justify spending some of these crazy prices on. I'd rather like trade duplicates, which happen to be sealed stuff, so that I could get what I really want.
Either way, guys, however you decide, I'm going to steal Elliot's or Neo Ness's phrase here: collect and play the way you want to collect and play. I think that's the best advice, and that's his catchphrase. But I mean, he's spot on with it. Like, there's no right or wrong way, I think, at the end of the day, Brandy, to do this. If you enjoy sealed games, keep them sealed. If you enjoy opening sealed games, well, then open them. If you enjoy getting digital and then keeping the physical sealed, then do so. There's no right or wrong way to do it. I just think I think it boils down to, Brandy, is just the type of collector that you are and what you want in your collection.
Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of how it is. Ultimately, everyone's going to do whatever they want to do. And if it works for you, if you get stuff for a great deal and you can go ahead and use it towards something that you want, I mean, that's what everyone does. And unless you can afford whatever you want and you can buy stuff brand new, sealed, and you want to open it and you want to waste X amount of money, that's all you. If you want,
or if you get it for free, if you get it for free, you can open it up. Like, meaning you find it somewhere or somebody gives it to you or whatever. If you want to open it, you open it. You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's very possible. It's whatever you want to do. Like,
I'm still torn on the whole graded thing. Like, I'm not coming down on anybody that likes graded games. So don't, like, I don't have an opinion one way or the other. I don't know how I feel about it, only because with the whole graded thing, Brandy, and maybe this is an episode too. The thing with the graded is, like, who determines that these prices are legit through a grading service? Are we just buying into, like, FOMO? Are we buying into a system that is artificially inflated because it's put in a plastic prison? Like, that's why I have a hard time with the grading system. I'm not saying people shouldn't grade their games and grade their cards, but I feel like we're going to look back in time and say, why did people do that? And I think there's going to come a time where people bust them out of those cases because the value's not there like they were promised originally. What's your take?
Mean, it's just hard to go down that boat because I have some feelings and some opinions.
Is this for another show, or is this
No, it's probably like a quick little rant. But anytime that money's involved and making money, and if you watch all the deep dives on grading and different companies, yada yada, there were a lot of inside people. So it's really hard when you don't have a completely unbiased person involved where they're not making money. But of course, when you have people working for certain grading companies that have profit to gain, of course they're going to go ahead and make certain things grade a certain way. Because, like, I could submit a game, the same game, if there was a duplicate of a game, the same condition, I could submit it, and some bigwig, expensive millionaire could submit the game, and they're going to give them the higher grade every time, even though it's the same exact game, the same exact condition. Like, it's who you are plays a part in it. There's a lot. I could probably go down a whole rant.
Because some people were telling me, like, I should take my stadium events and send that in and get it graded. But then I'm like, what does that mean? Okay, what's that going to do for anybody, right? Because if you take any heavy hitter, like whatever heavy hitter you had and you got it graded, who's going to buy that off you eventually? Is there going to be somebody that's going to come up and pay $34 million for a game that you have that's maybe worth 10? We'll use Earthbound as an example. Like, you have it in the big box. They're selling for about $4,000 right now.
Yeah.
Okay. You get that graded, it's probably going to go up to probably 15, 20 grand, depending on the condition, of course. Who's going to buy that for 20 grand years down the road?
I don't think anyone years down the road. I think people did it when it was the hype because it was a braggy show-off thing.
But if you took it right now, if you took it to Siege next year, if you did that, you're going to end up coming home with it because nobody's going to buy it for that price.
Yeah, they're not going to pay that. There's so many people at these conventions that I've seen the same merchandise, the same overpriced whatever, like people holding on to these high-end items. They lug it to every convention year after year after year. I have footage of the same exact stuff. People aren't buying some of these big ticket items. They're buying a lot of the little stuff. Like people said last show, Pac-Man Case and everyone, rather sell 50 Marios than one of, whatever game it was. But it was like they'd rather sell all these little ones than that one expensive one because that stuff sits. People don't have money like that to just throw $50,000 on a game. That's crazy.
No, I agree. I man, that's why I think it's not. I think it's a select group of people that are holding. It's like cryptocurrency. You know, not that I'm going down that road, but like, not everybody's got cryptocurrency, right? And not everybody sees the value of it. But there are people out there that do see the value of it, and they hope that one day it's worth, you know, tons and tons and tons of money, more than our U.S. dollar. But so far, that's not been the case. So I'm very skeptical with this with the sealed games. I don't go out of my way to buy them. I'm not going out of my way to buy them. I ended up buying this one because I got it for $20. It's the only one and only. You've been in my game room, Brandy. You know it's the one and only that I have. So there's no reason for me to do that. So I don't know. But I can tell you one thing for sure, and you can take this to the bank. You won't be grading any digital games. So I wonder what is Wata going to do? What are they going to do? Because I can't see them staying in business super long, because if everything goes digital, what are you going to grade?
Well, they already shifted from WATA to PSA anyway. So
okay, well, PSA. Okay, so PSA. Okay, what's PSA going to do?
Yeah.
I mean, look, they're trying to even do trading cards digital. My kids play Pokemon trading cards that are digital. They trade them. They play it on their iPhone. So, I don't know. I'm just not... I'm not into it.
And then people talking about a reseller who also collects would be able to afford $20K. But are they going to pay the $20K, or are they going to go ahead and get a better deal and only pay $10K or $15K?
And grade it themselves.
Like, they're not even going to pay the crazy amount.
So you guys got to remember something, and I say this to people all the time. I don't care what price charting says. I don't care what eBay sold says. Your collection, your games are only worth what somebody's willing to pay for it. So it could say that you're like, my whole gaming collection could say that it's worth $50,000, but unless somebody's willing to pay that amount of money, it's basically worthless. Just like anything else, you know. Brandy could have $1 million in video games. Take for instance that Mike Tyson's Punch-Out standee that you have in a box. Yeah, it's going for what? People are saying that they've gotten 11 grand for it, but you could probably get 15. You're only going to get as much as somebody's willing to pay for it. That's the value of it.
Someone's not going to pay that, then it's not worth that much.
Correct.
And I do appreciate Larry the Batman fan. Thank you for the $5 in the chat. Definitely appreciate you being here. But yeah, things are only the value of what someone's willing to pay. So it could be that Mike Tyson's Punch-Out could be worth $15,000 or $20,000 because an opened one just sold for around $10,000, guys. And mine is completely sealed, brand new, never opened. So it has to be worth more than that. But is someone going to buy it for that price? Who knows?
Yeah, that's the thing. People aren't gonna pay for it, especially not in this economy. So you're gonna end up, you're just gonna end up seeing things go down. No, I'm not selling my stuff for $10K or $50K or whatever. It was just, I was, making a point here, but
yeah,
only $50K. I was using it as an example, guys. Come on. It's probably a lot more. But my point is that you're not going to get. First of all, how many of these guys that resell games, they only give you 30 to 40% of the value?
Yeah.
That's all they're getting. That's all they give you, and they'll sit there and say, "Oh, that's all I can give you."
50. Yeah.
I think Retro Rick even said he does 60 to 70%, but some of these scoundrels,
like 50 to 60%, I think.
Yeah, some of these scoundrels, they're like, "Oh, I can only give you 30 to 40% of the value," and then they'll turn around and sell it for 70, 80% of the value with a little bit of wiggle room to make you feel like you're getting a discount. Or they buy it in lots, and that's another way that they supposedly give you more money. Is if you sell it in a lot. But in reality, they're getting a lot more value for their dollar, and that's why they do it. And they'll turn around and take each individual game and sell it at maybe 95% of value so they can make a buck, and they're still making money on it because they only paid you 30 to 40% of the value. Most of the time it's like 35%. But that's a whole nother story. We could go down this road and we could, yeah, Kevin, I'm not talking about you. I know you give there's a bunch of different guys in here. I don't want people to think I'm talking about, because I know Kevin owns a store. Kevin will probably even tell you there's shady guys out there. They'll do 30. In fact, Brandy, I saw a YouTube video. The guy went and did one. He's like, am I a bad video game store owner that I only give 30 to 40% when somebody wants to? And people ate him alive in the comments.
Probably, yeah.
Ate him alive. There wasn't one positive comment to it. So I'm not saying everybody does this, but these are the guys. And I also know sellers, they'll sell something, Brandy, which we've seen at conventions where the label's torn off and they're asking top dollar for that game because it's a rare game, but it looks like it's been run over by a truck a few times and faded label. I'm just like, whatever, man. So there again, he might have a value for $80 on that game, but to me, it ain't worth that. It's worth $40, so I'm not buying it. I'm going to pass it. But you know what? What do we say, Brandy? There's a sucker born every day.
Yeah, because
somebody will
buy. Like, I see it. Like, people come up to me and be like, yeah, I bought this, or I got it for this price. And it's like some mangled looking copy of something that they overpaid for. But that's just, how it goes. Like, I don't understand why people would pay top dollar for items that are not in good condition. Like,
yep,
I hand select all the things that I go through, and yeah, exactly. A lot of stores do 30 to 40%. Some do 50 to 60, and the 50 to 60% that they do is on the rare high ticket items.
Yeah, it's that
like
or store credit. They'll do store credit with that, with a little bit higher, not majorly. So I mean, I'm preaching to the choir. People, but he's right. CC Games saying, people overpay all the time, but I know something that you're not going to be doing anymore. You're not going to be overpaying because it's going to be digital. So there's not going to be a value proposition on quality of the game, Randy. It's not going to be a ripped label because there is no label. It's not going to be a damaged box because there's no damaged box. No damaged disc.
Crazy.
That's where we're at. So even with our late start, excuse me, with the sorry for the glitch, I'll make sure that won't happen again. I will resolve that issue way before that ever happens again. But I appreciate everybody hanging in there.
Yeah, thanks for sticking around, everyone.
Yeah.
We can have a little party. I got the party hats over here.
After they fell down?
Yeah, these are the things that literally fell down. So I got the party hats. I got a whole bunch of them. I got party hats for days, guys.
So we
can all have a little party hat, and then we can all have some pizza together. Let's kick it old school. I got the party hats. I even got extra party hats.
Nice. So they
all took a tumble.
Do you have a video coming out this week? Or
I do.
What do you got?
I have a ton of shorts. Guys, check out.
Well, we're going into the fall season. Why would you be putting shorts?
Whatever.
Oh.
I don't even wear shorts. No, I do have another Super Nintendo video coming out. I have some more on some like news and stuff topics. But guys, people aren't watching my toy show video, and I show off video game stuff at the toy show. So it is video game related. I literally bought video game stuff at the toy show. So don't miss out on that video. It's not getting views, and I think it's because people think it's toy related.
I'll be honest, I didn't watch it either because I thought it was toy related. So now I'm gonna go watch it. I'll watch it tonight.
I literally find like a rare Sega hat.
I'm sorry, a lot of toy. I just don't watch because I'm not interested in toys. Like I would watch it just to help you out.
It's all Nintendo.
But if there's games in it, I'll watch it. I'll watch it tonight.
Yeah,
I'll watch it. 100%.
I found like weird Nintendo oddity things. Yeah, I did buy a couple toys. But most of the stuff in there, I went around and I found like some rare stuff that's like Nintendo watches and Mario stuff and vintage things. So definitely check that out, because now I didn't find any Legend of Dragoon toys. I did find a Crash Bandicoot. Actually, it was a Coco Bandicoot toy. But yeah, it's more video game related, not just toys. Like, I didn't go and talk about like everything in this room. Like, it was literally video game related.
I mean, it's cool that you're into it. I mean, but there's only certain few toy items that I collect, and that would be stuff related to video games, like, or Legos or something like that. But I'm not really into. I don't have that kind of room. I mean, I got enough with the arcades and stuff over there. Just like a lot of these guys could care less about like the home arcade space and stuff like that. So that's why we don't get into it. But that'll be cool. So that'll be coming out this week. And for me, I just put that video out today about it decimated my whole game collection. You need to go watch that video after this. It's shorter. It's 12 minutes. And then I have more videos that I have to get out because my boss told me here that I have to get more videos out. And
yeah, I did.
She did. She yelled at me. So I will have a review of the gaming chair that I have that coming up, which I have that. I have the guns for the PS2 that I need to do. And I also have another chair that I took to the church office to do a review on. But that one will be simple. That's something I could throw up anytime. But yeah, I think that's it. That's all we got this week, guys. And if you guys want a specific topic, Daryl has been the king of getting us some great topics to talk about. And you guys also have done that. So if there's something that you want us to talk about, leave it in the comments on either video, my channel or her channel, and let us know or send us a message. We're happy. But keep those videos coming. You saw the video about show us your game room. PNX World, I'm looking at you. PNX World.
Yeah, because they got an awesome pickup at Seed.
Man,
so
I see these guys all the time.
Yeah.
A bunch of people in here, but that's just one I'm pointing out. You guys go subscribe to PNX World if you haven't done so as well. They're great content creators that are also out there. If you're looking for gaming stuff, get out there and do it. But get those videos out and get them to us. Thank you again to everybody who submitted one this week. Mm-hmm. Love the perspective.
Yeah.
Brandy, that's about it. Time to head off into the sunset.
Yeah. Grab your pizza on the way out.
We'll see you guys next week.
Just keep going. Why did he have to stop?
He was like, I'm going to wait for you to start talking.
Are you done now? Or are you going to start talking again? Okay.
So many choices here. I can just go through my bathtub full of cardboard standees. What am I going to put out next? You're not supposed to be in here. No. There's nothing behind this curtain. There's nothing in my bathtub.
Occupied. I said it's occupied. What are you guys doing? I gotta go. You gotta go. The show's over. Go. I gotta go. Hey, Brandy, I'm gonna go use the restroom. I'll be right back.
All right. Steve from the Tech Buzz Gaming. Hey, look at me. I know tech stuff. I press buttons. Do. I got 3D printers. I think I'm good at games, but I'm just old. Look, you just press the little buttons. I don't know what I'm doing. Hello. Look at this one. That's crazy. It's a joystick. Let me just pretend like I'm good at games over here. And let me check on my 3D prints, because we got to see my 3D prints over there. It's crazy. Steve from the Tech Buzz Gaming.
What are you doing?
I'm Steve from the Tech Buzz Gaming.
Looks like... Is that why my bathroom light was going out? Don't press that! You don't know what that does!
Where's the red button that you're not supposed to press?
Oh, this is why you can't leave her alone.
Check on those 3D prints.